So red decides to do 4 times 8, 32 for a move of 3, and it's going to move this one. 1, 2, 3, sending this one back 3. 1, 2, 3. Hi everybody, this is Johnny. Let's make a game together. For this game, you'll need a couple sheets of paper. You'll need a pen, some colors, maybe a little bit of tape, some playing cards. All the face cards not in here. No aces either. There's something else you'll need. What is that? Oh, you'll need a bear. Let's take our 2 sheets of paper, put them next to each other very carefully like this. And then let's tape them together like this. So we have a good sized board for our game. Let's turn it over. That'll be a good game board for us. So I'm going to draw a big rectangle. I'm going to start in this corner over here and just make a line parallel to the edge all the way down. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to do the same over here, parallel to the edge, and stopping before the corner. Keep turning it around and around. And over here, just bringing it down, parallel to the edge, stopping. And one last side. Let's go ahead and do like this. Again, parallel to the edge, all the way to where we get to the very end down here. That's looking good. Now I want to make another rectangle on the inside of this, but I want to make it so that I can make a decent sized square here. So I'm going to start right here. Again, parallel all the way down. When I get to about right here, I'm going to stop. Again, a parallel line to the edge, all the way across. And when I get close to over here, I'm going to stop and make this a little bit longer. And from here, I'll come down parallel again, about to right there. And then again, a parallel line all the way down and across like this. And hopefully, if I did a good enough job, we'll line up right here. 2 rectangles. Now let's go ahead and make the game path. Let's go ahead and make this a square in the corner. Make these other ones squares as well. Over here. Over here. And here. Now I'm going to put 2 lines around the middle here. They don't have to be perfect. Then I'm going to put 2 lines here that are kind of equally spaced apart. Over here, 2 lines equally spaced apart. I'll come down here, do the same thing. 2 lines around the middle. Then 2 lines equally spaced apart. And over here, 2 lines equally spaced apart. Looking good so far. What about that top part here? Let's go ahead and put 2 lines in the middle like this, and just 1 here and 1 here. We'll do the other side as well. 2 lines in the middle, and 1 line here and 1 line there. And there's my game board. Now I need some circles in the middle. Let's see. I want to put 1 circle right here. They need to be a decent size, not too small. You'll see why in a minute. There's 1. And on the other side, they don't have to be exactly the same, but you do want them to be big enough. And over here we'll need 1. Nice, good circles. Down here another. Nice round circle. And over here. And then one over here. And then a small one up here. Looking good. Now let's do some drawing inside. This is where it gets special and interesting. Figure out what I'm drawing as I draw it. Let's see. Looks like a horse, huh? Strong man. Maybe a lion? A seal. Maybe a clown. Elephant? And an acrobat. Now we need to put some stars around the outside. Let's start over here. There's a star. Let's put a star in the middle here. Over here. One down here. One over here. And one last one right here. Now we need to put some squares in these corners. 4 squares in each. And over here. And up here. Put a circle here for the end and a triangle here for the start. One last thing, we need to add some numbers. We'll need to add some numbers. Let's start with this one. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. And our special number here is the number 1. Around this one, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, and 21. And our special number here is 2. For this one, the lion, 24, 25, 27, 28, 30, 32, and our special number here is 3. And for this one, 35, 36, 40, 42, 45, 48, and our special number here is 4. And for the clown, 49, 50, 54, 56, 60, and 63. And our special number here will be 5. And for the elephant, 64, 70, 72, 80, 81, 90. And our special number here will be 6. And our person on the high wire, just one number, 100. And their special number is going to be 10. Let's give our game a title. I'm going to call this Multi-Circus. What a great looking game. Now you can color it as you like. I suggest you use bright colors. When I colored mine, this is what I made. I like my colors. So here's how to play multi-circus. Players are going to try to move their pieces all the way around the board from the beginning all the way to the end. First person there wins. And the way they make their moves is to look at the numbers here in these circles. Each player will have 3 cards to start with. And from these cards, they're looking for multiples. So for instance, in this one, there's 10, 5, and 2. If blue's playing these cards, blue can make 10 times 5 is 50, which is the clown, can move 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could move 10 times 2 is 20, which is a strong man, 2 spaces, 1, 2. Or could move 5 times 2, which is 10, which is just 1 space. What blue's going to decide to do is take the 10 times 5 is 50 for 5 spaces for 2 reasons. One is it's the biggest number. The second is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue is now on a star. And the star is special. The star rule is you get to go again. You get to use the same cards to make another move. And another move would be not 10 times 5 again, but 10 times 2 or 5 times 2. Okay, so 10 times 2 is 20, which means 2 more spaces. 5 times 2 is 10 for 1 space. Which one should blue choose? Well, blue's going to choose the one for 2 spaces. 10 times 2 is 20 and move 2 more spaces. So that would be blue's move. Blue would put away these cards and draw 3 more for their next turn. There's one more special space on this board, the 4 card corners. If the player ends up at the end of their turn on a 4 card corner, they get to take 4 cards for their next turn. The reason they want to have 4 cards is because when you have 4 cards, you have more choices. And you can see in this hand, if blue had drawn these, 8 times 9 is worth 72, worth 6. So you can see that 4 card corners can give you much more choice about what you can do with these. Now there's one more special rule about the stars. You can move up to 3 times with stars. So if you happen to end up hitting 1 star and then another star and then another star, that's it. 3 turns. There won't be a 4th turn because you used all the possibilities. Even if you have 4 cards, you can only make 3 moves with the stars. So let's make a game and see how it works. This will be blue and red. I will take the cards. I'm going to shuffle them. I'm going to give 3 cards to blue and 3 cards to red to start the game. So these are blue's cards, these are red's cards. Blue starts, turns over the cards, looks at what's possible. 8 times 10 is 80, that's worth 6, that's quite great. 8 times 4 is 32, 32 is worth 3, you can see where 3 is. And 10 times 4 is 40, which is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the choices. Blue's looking at them and says, I like the biggest number. So 8 times 10 is 80 for 6 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These cards get discarded, and then blue will take 3 new cards, not 4. Only on the corners can blue take 4. It is now red's turn, and red turns over their cards and looks at the choices. 5 times 10 is 50. 50 is worth 5 points, 5 moves, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 is worth 2. 1, 2, also good. And the last one here is 10 times 3 is 30, which is 3 moves. 1, 2, 3. Not quite as good. So red decides to do 5 times 10 is 50 for 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And because it's a star space, red can use these cards to make another move. Looking at what's possible here, the remaining moves for this are 5 times 3 or 10 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15 for 2 more spaces, and 10 times 3 is 30 for 3 spaces. So red's going to choose 10 times 3 is 30 to take 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3. Puts these cards away, discards them, and takes 3 new cards. Let's do one more turn for each to see how the game works. It's blue's turn. Blue turns over their cards. Look at this. 6 times 10 is 60, worth 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 times 5 is 30, worth 3. 1, 2, 3. And 10 times 5 is 50, also worth 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So blue's going to take the 10 times 5 is 50 for 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Discards these cards, takes 3 more. Now remember, blue was not on the 4 card space, so only 3 cards this turn. It's red's turn. Red turns over the cards, looks at what's possible. Let's see. 7 times 3, or 3 times 7 is 21. That's worth 2 spaces. 7 times 3 is 21, worth 2 spaces. The only other choice is 3 times 3 is 9, worth 1 space. Which one's best? Red's going to take 3 times 7 for 21 to move 2 spaces. 1, 2. Going to discard the cards, and red will take 4 cards for the next turn. 4 cards for the next turn because they're on the special corner. So that is the basic game, the beginning game. I'm going to show you how to play the advanced game now. In the advanced game, players have 3 pieces that they're trying to move all the way around the board to win. One special rule about this game is that if a player lands on a star and gets to move again, they don't have to move the piece that landed on the star. They can move one of their other pieces. So players can make choices about which pieces to move along the way through the game. There's one other special rule I'll show you in just a moment. Let's try this game out. So 3 cards for blue, 3 cards for red, and our card stack there. Blue will go first. Blue has 5, 10, and 6. 5 times 10 is 50 for a move of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 6 is 30 for a move of 3. 1, 2, 3. 10 times 6 is 60 for a move of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue likes the 5. So blue will go here. Now blue, having made the 5 move, can't use 5 times 10 again, but could use 5 times 6 or 10 times 6 next. Let's see what blue will do. What's smart for blue? Blue likes the move 6 times 10 is 5 for 60, 5 spaces, and moves another piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember, there's possible 3 moves in any one turn. Blue's on a star again. There's one more choice here, yes? The last choice is 5 times 6. 5 times 6 makes 30, so blue can move one of these pieces 3, or move another piece 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And that's blue's turn. Blue had a great turn. It's red's turn. Red has 3 times 10, 3 times 5, and 10 times 5. What does that do for us? 3 times 10 is 30 for 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 will take us 2 spaces, 1, 2, for a star. 10 times 5 is 50. And 50 will take us 5 spaces and take us to the star as well. Now this is a special rule of the game. Red's going to choose to take 10 times 5 is 50 to go 5. Watch what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Red is going on the space, and because blue is already there, red can make blue go back the same number of spaces. It was 5 spaces. So blue is going to have to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because red just made a move of 5 spaces. Red also gets to go again. So they've done 5 times 10. What's another choice for them? They could do 3 times 10 is 30 for 3 spaces. Or they could do 3 times 10 or 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15. That's also 2. So blue likes 3 times 10 because watch what happens. 3 times 10 is 30. That's 3 spaces. Red moves 1, 2, 3 in the same space as blue. So blue is going to have to go back that number of spaces. 1, 2, 3. This is the game Multi-Circus. And for this game, you'll need some paper. You'll need a pen or marker, some colors. Oh, you'll need some playing pieces, some playing cards, 2 through 10, no face cards. Something else you'll need. What do you need? Oh, you'll need a bear. Do enjoy this game.